How you doing, guys? GoreTCG here, and today I'm gonna bring you another deck profile. This is going to be the Sanguine deck from set 5 from the Omen set. I haven't done a Bizcraft deck profile in a while. I think the last one I did was Necrocharge, and I'm not even sure if I uploaded that video for sure. But I think I did the Gorgon one. This is the new deck that my roommate is playing. She's loving the deck. We have gone through many iterations of this deck because either you deal yourself too much damage that is very annoying to come back from, or you just blow your entire hand and really can't do much. So yeah, at least for now, this is probably the best deck as of now from all the iterations that we have been playtesting for sure. There might be a couple cards that we might change when the new set comes out, yada yada yada, and so on and so forth. But as of now, for set 5, this is actually pretty nice. Obviously, the new set is coming out in like 2 weeks, so yeah. But I highly doubt something will change from here. Anyway, starting off with the cost 1, we're playing Wings of Lust. This effect mainly is just for doing the Angelic Snipe or the drying effect. She has 3 effects, and well, their effects is just, well, yeah, choose up to 2 of the following. So yeah, she has plenty of options, and from those options, it's like deal 1 damage to your leader and draw a card, or choose an enemy leader. Sorry, Angelic Snipe and deal yourself 1 damage, or deal yourself 1 damage, draw a card, and discard a card. The other effect, you just give something rush and you deal yourself a damage. So it's just mainly to trigger Sanguine. You can choose up to 2. So mainly the main effect is just going to be the the spot removal from time to time, especially now since everything has 2, and just to trigger that Sanguine since this is a cost 1, so it's pretty good. The other amazing card to trigger Sanguine, this go together. Disciple of Lust is one of those cards that you kind of want to see in your opening hand at the beginning. The only annoying part is that it might die pretty fast if your opponent knows what you're playing. So you can just go ahead and play Disciple of Lust. And then next turn attack, trigger Sanguine, and then go from there. Playing either, like, you could also play the Omen of Lust and all the stuff. There are a lot of nice combinations when it comes to her. So she's better than Ambling Raid, but Ambling Raid is just another card that will just trigger Sanguine. And you can see here, these are probably going to be your only cards that will trigger Sanguine. Obviously, we have a couple more for sure, but these cards are mainly going to be your main Sanguine starters. So yeah, sometimes you want to just swarm your field, play a bunch of her, or just play 1 of her, keep the other one in hand. Or keep the Ambling Raids. Same thing with this. Yet again, but this is the one that should stay in the field as long as possible. At least 1 copy. You really don't need 2 copies. Next, to round up the cost 1s, Skeleton Fighter, 3/3. Super annoying for sure, especially when you trigger Sanguine. So on turn 2, Ambling Raid and him is the same shit as the set 1, where this 2 on turn 2 are pretty good, and obviously rushing is pretty nice too. Or the other thing you could just do is just play Disciple Lost on turn 1, then on turn 2 you attack with her, trigger Sanguine, and then play in Skeleton Fighter. So you already got the first blood, if you know what I mean. And while Bellringer, you need some form of defense. So yeah, that's it for the cost 1. Put this aside. For cost 2, we're playing the Omen of Lust. She gains Storm. So yeah, sometimes your opponent does not know. Since we're also playing Cerberus, you can just trigger Sanguine and then just put I don't remember which one, if it is Coke or Mimi, but just give this +2/+2, and obviously if you already trigger Sanguine, depending on how many times you trigger Sanguine, she will deal an extra burn damage. So she is super good for that case. At the beginning, it was a little bit iffy if we wanted to play her or not, but she has get the job done, especially since she's a cost 2. In early games, you can also apply some nice pressures, especially if you have the Disciple of Lust. You can just attack with the Disciple of Lust, trigger Sanguine, then play her, and then, you know, attack your opponent for 3 damage, since she gains Storm. So yeah, it's pretty freaking good. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Fina. You have a lot of cost 1s. Pandemonium Punk, Devil. He can trigger Sanguine too by dealing yourself 2 damage. So sometimes you could just leave put it on the field. If he doesn't die, you can just activate the effect, deal yourself 2 damage. You know, so you give him Bane, but you also trigger Sanguine, so it's another way to trigger Sanguine. Same with Racery Claw. This could be a game finisher, or, you know, and it's also a good way to trigger Sanguine. I have been in situations where my roommate just goes ahead and plays Racery Claw, deal 3 damage to me, and then deals the rest 3 damage with her. So yeah, 2, it's okay. You really don't want to see it too many times, since you have plenty of other cards on the field, but it's mainly more of a finisher. You kind of want to see it late game, and well, yeah. Obviously, it's a good spot removal, dealing 3 damage to something is pretty good too. To round up the cost 2, Harbinger of the Night. This could be something else, to be honest, but early game, this is a good card to keep track of, like, you know, to keep in check all the low cost cards, and also deals 1 damage to the opponent. Sometimes you have been in that situation, so yeah, this could have been many other cards, but as of now, well, this card's just it's good. I really can't say much. I really, like, me and my roommate love the card. It's amazing. Now going into a high cost cards, just to round up almost the entire deck. 3 Cerberus, self-explanatory. Sometimes you do have Necrocharge 10, so you put both into the EX, and obviously unevolved, you put both. Mainly you just want to have the one that deals 2 damage to something, just to keep control of your opponent's field. But obviously the Necrocharge 10, getting both of them is pretty nice, and you can just hold the one that deals 2 extra damage to when, you know, you play some of the cards that, you know, gain Storm, like, you know, the Omen of Lust. Next we're playing Righteous Devil. 2 copies of Righteous Devil, it's okay. He triggers Sanguine, he has Assail, Unevolve, and Unevolve, he has the effect that if something leaves the field, deal 1 damage to your opponent, you heal 1. So it's one nice way to heal damage for sure. But it's a little bit annoying and hard for sure, but he comes from time to time, especially just triggering Sanguine. This could be a lot of other cards, but for now, this is probably going to be the main spot just for the evolve. Just evolving for just triggering Sanguine is pretty good. Next, Dark General. Same thing with the old with the set 1 deck. Dark General gets Storm on Sanguine. This card can just round up a bunch of games for sure. You could go Racery Claw into this, and that's game. You could feed the. You could even go Cerberus first, and then put a bunch of the little guys, you know, the ones that deal damage, extra damage on the back, and then finish up the game with Dark General when you have the chance, and so on and so forth. There's so many options that, to be honest, like, it's not to include Dark General, it's a little bit too hard for sure. Next we're playing 3 copies of Underworld Watchman. This guy I'm not getting charged with, too hard. Him, it's like a hit or miss type situation. You could play him, he has Ward. When he dies, he destroys something and then heals. You heal whatever the attack follower was. Sometimes it doesn't, like the last word doesn't trigger, and it's very annoying. But if you're playing against, like, I don't know, Swordcraft, or you're playing against decks that, you know, for example, like Dragoncraft, where they can just get rid of this, you know, this dies, they are going to, you know, you're going to heal a lot, so you can still, you can stay in the game. Obviously, you could play the Soul Dealer, but we are tight on space. You could get rid of this and play Soul Dealer, and then get rid of this and play something else. So there are plenty of options for sure, but the fact that you have to, you know, Soul Dealer evolves for, you know, for 2 play points, it's a little bit annoying for sure. But yeah. And to round up the entire deck, we're playing 1 copy of Medusa. This could be anything else, but just my roommate likes this card, so yeah. If you have Necrocharge, the good thing about this is that actually, well, if you are in Sanguine, she costs 1 less, and on top of that, if you have Necro Charge 10, she also costs 1 less. So this is cost 4, destroy something for free with Bane. It comes from time to time and it's very annoying once you get her. So yeah, she's pretty fun. That's one thing for sure. And to round out the entire deck, 2 copies of Howling Demon. Deals 4 damage. It's a good spot removal. Its Sanguine is activate. Deal 8 instead. And the main reason why we played this is, well, sorry. It's when he evolves. Unevolves. He evolves for 3. So annoying, but unevolve. Oh, just, you know, heal 5 with Sanguine's activate. And he just gains Storm, so yeah. Next, anyways, for the evolve, 2 Righteous Devil, 2 Bellringers, 2 Harbinger of the Night, 2 Cerberus, and 2 Howling Demons. So this is going to be your evolve deck. This is the only thing that you can change. You can either get rid of this and play Soul Dealer for sure, but yet again, like you said, Soul Dealer is one of those cards that is like, ooh, do I really want to play it? You know, it costs a little bit more for sure. Obviously, you can choose whatever you want to get rid of. But yeah, it's up to the person. It's up to you guys. You could just change that. To be honest, you don't have to follow this deck to the T. This is one of the cards that I'm a little bit iffy, but he comes from time to time, especially since it burns your opponent 2 for 1 every single time an enemy follow release the field. So you could just leave this guy on the field, and you don't even have to commit him too much. On top of that, he has Bane, so you know sometimes you could just crash him into other stuff, and it will be pretty good. So yeah, Cerberus, self-explanatory, makes both Coco and Mimi. He just gets Storm. Harbinger of the Night deals 1 damage to the leader. So it's sometimes you're literally 1 point away from defeating your opponent. So Harbinger of the Night is the one that deals that 1 damage to round up the game. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for the Abyss deck profile. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Self-explanatory. But yeah. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See ya.